It was the foremost Africa's diplomat, the late Dr. Kofi Annan, 25 years ago, who said that information and freedom are indivisible. The information revolution, in his view, he said, is unthinkable without democracy. And true democracy is unimaginable without freedom of information. When Mr. Annan made that statement 25 years ago, he recognized, as we all do here, the powerful role that access to information could play in pushing forward Africa's development. Access to information does this by underpinning the right of citizens to engage and participate in their government. In the years since Dr. Annan spoke, African governments have continued to develop the legacy and policy infrastructure to support both access to information and increasing freedoms. In Kenya particularly, our 2010 Constitution enshrines access to information in Article 35. What's interesting is that if you look at Article 35, and permit me to just read it, it provides that every citizen has access to information held by the state. But it goes further to say that that right also extends to information held by another person, which may be required for the exercise or protection of any right or fundamental freedom. Thirdly, it provides that every person, not just every citizen, every person has the right to the correction or deletion of untrue, false, or misleading information that affects that person. I think our Article 35 is truly a transformative provision because it recognizes what is increasingly one of the key challenges facing the issue of access to information, which is disinformation or false information. Because I want to argue that the challenge today, perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, is not so much about access to information. We are in an environment where information is so ubiquitous. Every minute, every second, every passing day, more information is generated from different sources across a multiplicity of medium. The key challenge I think we are confronted with is whether we can trust this information, whether we can rely on this information to make decisions, to make judgment. And so I believe that Article 35, sub-article 2 of our Constitution speaks to this issue. And I want to persuade this great network of information commissioners to not only speak and deal with and consider issues around expanding the frontiers of access to information, but more fundamentally to think about how do we deal with the scourge of disinformation, the scourge of fake news generated by human agencies, but also fake news generated by computer programs that are truly now, more than ever before, a threat to the very freedom which His Excellency the late Dr. Kofi Annan was speaking about.